This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres POSTCAST right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We are free anywhere you can watch or listen to your podcast, pretty much worldwide, baby. We are talking about live on YouTube right after the game. We're talking about upload after, so you can download Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and the like, as well as Roku. You're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. This whole party, this whole city. Baby, I am Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Thank you so much for being the best part of this network, making us your first watch or listen every day on those platforms. And what a day to be a Padre. 5-zip the final at Petco on a Wednesday afternoon. They finish off a 3-game sweep of the New York Mets, who had come in winners of 7 straight. They finish off a 3-game sweep over a team that was not only red hot, that's right there ahead of them in the playoff race. In fact, the Mets and Phillies toe-to-toe in the East, and whichever team is in the wild card race at the current moment is right there at the top of it, right? And then, of course, you have the 2 teams in the Central, the Brewers and the Cubs. But a 5-0 win, their 5th win in a row. They got the backdoor split in St. Louis, you know what I mean? And won those 2 games. They kept, and I say it day in and day out, they find ways to win games. They scratch, they claw, they win the close ones. Lately, they've been pounding them out, and the offense, 8 hits and 4 of those 5 runs in the first 3 innings of this game today. And all that, and they left runners on second and third in all 4 of the first 4 innings. Think about that. Could have been much worse for the Mets, but a great series for the Padres. They put it all together, the pitching, the hitting, and the story of the day. Darvish gets his first win of the year, 7 innings, 70-something pitches, strikes out 7, 2 hits, no runs. Darvish. The trade deadline's tomorrow. We got a lot to do. It's Padres POSTCAST. 5-zip San Diego, the final. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We are just getting rolling on the Locked On Podcast Network. Let's go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
What you talking about, Grease? Here's what I am talking about right here. Darvish is the story of this game. Period, point blank, end of story. All the speculation about Dylan Cease with the trade deadline. What's going to happen with Michael Dickey down with the King? He threw 3 innings of a simulated game 2 days ago, says he's ready, and now you got the deadline. Will they or won't they trade Dylan Cease? Will they bring in Sandy Alcantara? Will they bring in another lefty? Who the heck knows? But I do know this performance by Darvish, looking more and more like the Darvish we've come to know and love. First win of the year, like I said, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts for 5-zip over the NL East leading New York Mets. And I can't believe they're still in first place, because now you look at the Padres, they're 3.5 behind. So the Phillies and the Mets actually tied right now, but they're behind, and the Phillies just got they just made a trade for a closer. I think it's the Twins closer, if I'm not mistaken. But Manny Machado, 2-run single with the bases loaded, right? Just beautiful job by Manny. As always, Gavin got him on the board. Gavin Sheets, a 2-run homer in this game, and Jackson Merrill, a sacrifice fly. Fernando Tatis Jr., 1 hit, and a walk, 2 runs scored. Arraez, 2 hits. Manny, 2 hits. Martin Maldonado, 2 hits. Maldonado and Elias Diaz have been hitting at the bottom of that lineup, and as the bottom of the lineup starts to hit more, you turn it over more times. You get the bats in the hands and at the plate that you want there in those key situations. And with that, we've told you the Padres have their 1 through 4 hitters have the highest average of any 1 through 4 hitters in the majors. I'd love to see Merrill in the 5-hole get a big cleanup hitter in there, like Ozuna from the Braves, for example. And you know they love Jarren Duran. Maybe you do a package Dylan Cease and Robert Suarez for Jarren Duran and a pitcher. Who knows? But the Red Sox contending, the Padres contending, they could probably help each other out quite a bit here. But Darvish pitching like that opens the door even more for a Cease trade. You have to bring back a starter in return for Cease, because in the playoffs, you're really going to go with just Michael King and Darvish, and then you don't know about Bergert or Kolek or any of those guys. Pavetta's going to get a playoff start, so you're going to go. Pavetta's going to get game 3, more than likely. So who's going to get game 1 or 2? Because it's going to be King, it's going to be Pavetta, and Darvish, right? Those are your 3. Who's going to get game 2? Because I believe Darvish and Pavetta are like game 3, 4 type pitchers, and you know this, right? So the bullpen will be locked and loaded. I'd say you'd love to have that number 2. Is it going to be Cease or is it going to be somebody else? And will they trade Suarez? Will they trade Suarez and Cease? Who will they bring in as a bat? The deadline's tomorrow. Javier Arraez, Locked On Padres podcast, is all over this, by the way. So check him out as well right here on the network. So no Juan Soto for the Mets, but they were stymied again, held to 3 hits by the Padres. It went textbook today. Darvish threw 70-something pitches in 7 innings. Then you hand it over to Adam. Then you hand it over to Suarez. He did give up a double with 1 out in the 9th, but had a couple of strikeouts. Adam did a great job in the 8th. He's been en fuego lately. And the guy who's about to be 39 on August 16th, Darvish. 1 out in the 1st. He allows a single to Mark Vientos. He retired the next 13 hitters. That right elbow inflammation that kept him out from mid-March until July 7th appears to be a thing of the past. And, man, he got a nice ovation. The crowd loving them. Some not you. Why you? Darvish. You know that? Sheets with the homer off Clay Holmes. They ripped Clay Holmes today. Jose Iglesias reached on an error by Lindor. The Mets with another error in today's game. And then 2 outs in the 2nd. Martin Maldonado, Fernando Tatis Jr. gets hit by a pitch again right on the bone. It scares you to death. They're looking right there at that hamate bone. How do I know the name of the bone? Because that's the one that Ken Griffey Jr. broke in his prime, if you remember. So, Manny with a 3-run homer. Last night, he's been hot since May 1st, but especially since the Cardinals threw at him twice. This dude's been unbelievable. They got Holmes out of the game 3 2/3, 4 runs, 2 earned, but they had 8 of their 9 hits in the first 4 innings. They left runners on 2nd and 3rd in each of the first 4 innings. This could have been terrible, right? And they got the first sweep at Petco over the Mets in San Diego for the first time since 2008. You know what I mean? It's and you think about Darvish, right? 10th time in his 14-year career that he pitched 7+ innings, allowing no runs and 2 or fewer hits. Used to be one of the more dominant guys in baseball, still can be. And in the playoffs last year, he showed that yet again, as he did today. You got the Padres and the Cardinals, 3-game series starting on Friday at Petco. You're going to want to obviously be right around here paying close attention to that. All right, we got a lot of things to do here on this show, and I just want to get to a couple of them real quick, and you just check this out here. Yeah, plenty of time. By the way, while you're here, smash that subscribe, hit the bell. You can come on and leave comments. If you're live on YouTube, we'll interact live, and if you're not, then, hey, we'll answer your question. We'll get back to it. There's the mailbag for Javi as well, man, and it is just nice right now to be in a situation where the pitching's being what the pitching's been all year long. And for the most part, the Padres have 15 shutouts, most in Major League Baseball. They've also used 15 starting pitchers. That's the most in Major League Baseball. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting right now to see them put all of it together the day before the deadline. But again, I'm going to use the analogy. Everybody likes this analogy, right? And I don't have hair anymore, so make your jokes. But here's what I'm trying to say. Dig this, okay? You have hair. Male or female, doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter if you're going to the barbershop or the beauty salon. Don't matter if you're fresh out the barbershop or fly from the beauty salon. Doesn't matter which one. Your hair looks like crap. You got to get it cut. You make the appointment. It's coming. And oh, man, every day it looks worse. Man, I need to get my hair cut. I can't take it anymore. And then on the day of, what happens every time? Your hair looks amazing. And you don't even want to go get it done because it looks so great, but it's fool's gold. That's the Padres lineup this week. Don't fall for it, AJ. Mike Shildt said after the game, hey, I'm happy with the 26 we got, but I love and trust AJ, and there's a lot there with that as well. So I think that's cool, and I think they're going to be, really happy after the deadline with what AJ does, and I think we all will be. But they definitely need another bat. They definitely need another pitcher, and we'll see what they do before tomorrow's deadline comes and goes. Because right now, 3.5 behind the Dodgers, who play at 4-10 today, so they still have a chance to maybe win one and go back up 4. But you could be 3 games out with this lineup, with only the Pirates for a long stretch until about 6 or 7 games ago. Only the Pirates had been worse offensively since May 1st, right? And look where you are. Look where you are in the division. And then if you look at the wild card, they're interesting because I told you that the Phillies and Mets are legitimately tied right now, right? So when you look at the wild card standings in the National League and you look at what's going on there, because remember, coming into this series, the Padres were in that 3rd spot in the wild card race. Well, so now here you are still in that 3rd spot, only 2 games behind the Mets and 3.5 behind the Cubs. And that distance between teams was great heading into this series. Obviously, you gained 3 games on the Mets right there, and the Phillies haven't been doing any better. They're right there tied with the come on out and beat the Mets, as the Padres did this weekend. And look, the Diamondbacks are free falling. The Marlins are free falling. The Giants, 6 games out in the wild card. They might be falling. The Cardinals coming in this weekend. They're 5 out. it'd be nice to get another sweep, right, and knock them further down and keep yourselves closer, but you got to win 2 out of 3 these home series. And you remember what I said, as we turn the corner, this is the last game in July, as we turn the corner into August, right? Friday's August 1st, and you think about the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, the Red Sox, the Giants, the Dodgers again, the Giants again, the Dodgers again, rather. So 2 series against the Giants, 2 series against the Dodgers, the Mariners, the Diamondbacks, and the Twins, that and the Red Sox. That is your August. It's going to be brutal. The reinforcements are on the way. We know AJ is preparing for what's coming, not what's going on now. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Don't forget Javier Reyes with Locked On Padres Podcast, day in and day out, all the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, all you need to know about your San Diego Padres. He's been building this channel since before the pandemic. He's day to day, or all day to day. And, of course, I'm live after every game with the Postcast on YouTube, and then we upload to all the audio channels, and we hit the Roku as well. All right, time to hit the break real quick and tell you about a couple of our fantastic sponsors here on the network. And when we come back to wrap it up, Turning Point, star of the game, quick look ahead to tomorrow, the trade deadline, and then, of course, Friday's series opening up against the Cardinals. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. 5-zip Padres complete the sweep over the Mets. There it is. We've all been there, right? We've all been there, logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale. We've all been there, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That is where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes getting tickets easier for concerts and faster than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. If you're tired of endless scrolling trying to beat the best deal, check out the zone deals with Game Time. Best seats in your section for you. What will that view look like before you buy? You can look in the app. It's panoramic. You can see your view from the seat in the app before you even buy. The price you see is the price you pay with Game Time. No hidden fees. And what happens if your plans change? The Game Time guarantee has your back with cancellation protection and more. So do what I do. Take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. That is Game Time on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And I also love my energy. I know you do too. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape ginger and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this is a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest, some days on the course or off of it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized, like me on the show. You know, I'll tell you this. Golf day memories. I have a lot of them. And I remember interviewing Adam Sandler at a country club where his parents were members in the 90s when Happy Gilmore came out, the first one. Now the second one's out. That's amazing. And I just love that memory. That's one of my favorite memories right there. And I made some pretty wild shots as well. Had a hole-in-one at Inverary Country Club in Florida back in the day. Golf is all about good times with good people. Adam Sandler included in my case. And good flavors, of course. The grape ginger lime flavor gives you the best parts of the clubhouse go-to without chasing down the Bev Cart girls, right? So if you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com, you can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and can't be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion-flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. Right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Beautiful job by the Padres today to wrap up this 3-game sweep of the Mets. 5 wins in a row over the Cardinals and the Mets, 2 of the teams in that playoff race with them. So what happens there? Obviously, hey, Moto Award, slap me with that. MOTO, baby, master the obvious. Yeah, you win 5 in a row, but those 2 games against the Cardinals, you got the 2 games back that they gained on you to start the series. And with the Mets, you gained 3 to move within 2 of them in the wild card race. And they're struggling right now, but they did just get Helmsley, the closer from St. Louis, and the deals are flying through right now. So I'll keep my eye on it just in case something breaks while we're going here. You got the Mets out of the way now. The Cardinals coming in this weekend. Going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy night, right? Phillies reaching a deal for Duran, the closer from the Twins. And unbelievable what Helsley, the closer from the Cardinals, maybe going to the Mets. Hayes, the Gold Glove third baseman from the Pirates, maybe going to the Reds right now. So we'll see as time goes by. Nothing from the Padres yet. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Quick chance to reset. And by the way, you want to make sure that you keep coming back with Javier Reyes, Locked On Padres podcast here on YouTube, Roku, and when you listen to the audio version, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, to keep up with everything deadline related. He'll have the big deadline show. I know that's coming. I'll be here after the game on Friday when you see the new team. It'll be a new team, I think. I don't think this deadline's going to go without Preller making a move. The team's off tomorrow. We shall see. But a tremendous job by the Padres in this series. They had 9 hits today. They played beautiful defense again. Darvish, 7 beautiful innings. And, of course, it was, like just an unbelievable performance across the board from the Padres, who scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the 8th inning. Of course, it was a shutout. The Mets never really threatened in this game. Darvish, 7, Adam, 1, Suarez, 1. Peace. That's a wrap. 2 hits allowed by Darvish, 1 by Suarez. Adam, a hitless inning. Beautiful job there. He could be the closer if they move Suarez. Will they move Suarez? Will they move Cease? Who will they bring in to play left? I don't know about the catcher. I like Maldonado and Diaz. I know you guys give me flack for that, but I like them a lot for this team, and I like what they've done this year with the pitchers. Think about the bullpen. Think about what they've done. They lead the league in shutouts when they've started the most number of pitchers in the league with 15. Almost unheard of. King out an extended period of time. Darvish out an extended period of time. You got 1 great start from Cease. Nothing close to what he's been in the past. You've had guys like Bergert and Kolek and Hart and all these dudes coming up and making starts, and look where they are. Potentially 3 games behind the Dodgers by the end of the day at the deadline. But the fool's gold, the hair looking good before the haircut. Don't fall for it, AJ. You got to make a couple of moves here. You got to make a couple of moves. And the Padres are right there if you do. They've won gritty and tough baseball games all season long. Bullpen's been lights out. They've won in every way, in every fashion. The toughness of this team, the beanballs, the brawls, they're getting thrown at all the time. Something about this team makes it look to me like it might have what it takes to be a World Series contender. And I'll tell you this, they're already World Series contenders, maybe someone that could win it, but they do need to make a move or 2, maybe 3. And we will stay on top of that for you with your Locked On Padres podcast with Javier Reyes. And of course, I'll be back Friday night, first pitch 6:40. Cardinals coming into town, see if they can pick up where they left off against the Cardinals coming into this Mets series and keep that momentum going. No starter has been announced for the Padres on Friday night. We don't know what's going to happen at the deadline. Again, keep coming back. The postcast, the podcast, right here in all the same places. Sub for one of us is a sub for both of us, and really for the network overall and for you, because the bigger the family, we got all our brothers and sisters with us, the better it is for everyone. I'm Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. That's going to do it for your Padres postcast here on your Wednesday. 5-0 the final at Petco, 5 wins in a row. Darvish was unbelievable. And before we get out of here, real quick, 2 things to do. Let's do it, and we will go.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
The turning point was when Yu Darvish took the ball today, because you could see from the jump that he was going to be Yu Darvish that we've known to love. And I said this yesterday on the show when the Mets were made big favorites by the odds makers. I said at the end of the show, something tells me Yu's going to have a bounce back start, because remember his previous start, 8 earned runs in like 3+ innings, maybe 4 1/3, something like that. Bad start against St. Louis last time out, got crushed. And here maybe it was Miami, I can't remember, but it was a bad start. He comes back today and answers like the pro that he is. 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 hits, no runs for Darvish, who is also...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Got so excited I almost forgot these. Yu Darvish, the player of the game as well. Honorable mention to Gavin Sheets, to Manny, to Fernando, to Arraez. They were all great. Adam, Suarez. Oh, it's good to be a Padre right now. And it's momentum. It's only as good as the next day's pitcher. And today's pitcher Darvish was fantastic. That's all there is, Padre fans. There is no more. 5-0 Padres win. They finished the sweep. This has been your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We're back Friday night after the game. First pitch, 6:40, around 9 o'clock PT will be here with the postcast. Don't forget, between now and then, keep coming back for more with your Locked On Padres podcast with Javier Arraez. And don't forget, Locked On MLB Game Night on the MLB Game Night YouTube channel. Yeah, it's every night, and it's team by team, national analysis on a local level. You name it, they got it. Locked On MLB Game Night. Until Friday night, Padre fans, keep your game tight and your mind right. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Thank you for watching your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.